Yeah, that was a really good win for us. That's a tough basketball team that we played against, and you know, we knew it was going to be physical. We knew it was going to be a challenge on both ends of the court. So I'm proud of our team for our execution and the toughness that we had and resiliency throughout the game.
We'll start out with Cora, Ryan, and Jack.
Nakia Jackson just, really made it count in her last game on this court, but she also passed Tamika Catchings in the career scoring list. Just, you played with Tamika, so you know how big of a deal that is, but to see her perform the way she did tonight, just how big of a deal is that?
Yeah, I'm really, really proud of Nakia. I think we made some adjustments for her coming out of our LSU game that really benefited her. I thought our ball movement and execution was really good, and I thought she benefited from that, and then she played very free tonight. I thought we got her the ball in open court. I was really proud of her competitiveness and her fight today. She looked really good.
Right before Rakia kind of took over there in the third quarter, A&M went on a run, you called timeout. What was the message during that timeout? How do you feel like the team responded?
Yeah, we had some breakdowns defensively. We gave up 3 straight threes. One, I thought we had it defended pretty well. The next 2 were breakdowns, and that's what we talked about mostly. Just trying to clean that up, and then being tighter with the basketball on the offensive end to make sure we were going to get a good look.
Coach, how important was it to have such a strong rebounding performance, especially after struggling against LSU?
Yeah, we needed to rebound well in this game to get the win, to be honest with you. We were out rebounded at their place first go around, so I thought we did a pretty good job of attacking the boards, and obviously the numbers show.
Maria. After Maria, we'll go to Casey.
Coach, I'm always scoreboard watching. Alabama held on against Florida, so the 4 and 5 seed will be determined Sunday. I mean, if whoever wins Sunday can clinch the 4 seed. I know it doesn't sound like a big difference, but there is a difference between being 4 and 5. But it doesn't. I know it doesn't change any of your preparation. But is this just the SEC this year that we're going into Sunday and seeds are just they're still just going up and down and not set yet?
Oh yeah, again, we've talked about it so much. There's so much parity in the SEC this year, and there's a lot of things that can happen each game day, and I think I think the SEC is better. I think the teams are so competitive, and we have so much talent, and you never know. Well, you have to pay attention because you never know what's going to happen on game day.
Casey.
Tamara Key surpassing 1,000 points. Just how monumental is that for her, and just how proud are you of her?
Yeah, obviously 1,000 points. I was kidding, folks. That's a lot of buckets. She's on a very special list. I'm really proud of her because that's a pretty big milestone for someone to have gone through what she's gone through, and I'm just proud of her for being herself and hanging in there and fighting when things weren't easy.
Good, excellent, Jack.
Coach, Jules struggled against LSU as well. How important was it for her to have a bounce back, and did you see anything coming into the game that gave indications of her having a strong night?
Yeah, we knew that we needed to try to free her up and get her some open looks, and she was playing pretty aggressively, and I think that was important. She got downhill quite a bit. Sometimes you just got to see one go in, and she shot the ball well, and I think that freed her up also on some drives. But I also think very similar to Rakia, I think she benefited from our team's offensive execution. I think that was good for her as well.
We'll go next to Caleb, followed by Cora, and then Paige.
Senior night tonight, Coach. Was there a different energy coming into this game to perform for the seniors, and then how nice was it to see the seniors have good nights?
Yeah, it was really good. You always want them to have a special night or a special day when you're playing your last game at home. I always tell people, to me, the emotions aren't overwhelming because there's more basketball, so there's no clean break right after this game. So you know, we've got a lot left on the table, so, the emotions don't come until later, but just happy for them. You know, it's always fun to celebrate your seniors and what they mean to your program and to your family, to the Lady Ball family, but also it allows them to kind of reflect on this program and what this program has given them.
Court.
You mentioned Rukia playing freely, just looked like she was having a lot of fun tonight. You know, at the South Carolina game, she had mentioned how she'd been second guessing herself after her injury kind of been in her head. Just to see her get to really just have fun and enjoy this last game on this court, how special is that?
Well, I'm so happy for her. I'm so proud of her, and you know, to see her kind of finish it out really in classic Rukia style was it made me feel good, and you know, hopefully it will also help her confidence moving forward. That's who she is.
Tage.
Sorry about that. When you compare the last game against Texas A&M, maybe the offense was a bit more stagnant. It seemed like there was a ton of ball movement this game. How much was that a focus for you guys from January to now to kind of get to that potential?
Yeah, it's been a big focus of ours. Obviously, we look at that game, we knew we had to do some things differently on the offensive end, but also coming out of our LSU game, we knew our offense needed to look a little different, and we worked on it this week, and I think our players understood the assignment. They understood what they needed to do. Sometimes understanding it and then going out and executing is not always the same thing, but they did a good job, and I'm proud of them.
Maria, and then Cora.
It was just one play in that third quarter, but it's, in hindsight, seemed like a big one because you just went from there. I think it was down to 3, and Sarah's got the ball, and it becomes a loose ball scramble, and it's going everywhere, and Rukia somehow comes up with it, goes to the rim, gets fouled, makes the and one, and it just, how big was that play in hindsight?
Oh, yeah, it was a big play, obviously. Sometimes when, you know, the opponent has the momentum, A&M had the momentum, and, you know, things were going their way, and sometimes you just need that play. You just need a score or a stop or a rebound. You need something in that moment, and for us, it was that moment. It was the ball finding Rukia and Rukia finding the basket and getting to the free throw line. So that was, that was a big play that kind of settled us down. We could take our breath. Okay, we've got this.
Cora.
Jillian Hollingshed gave you some good minutes in a pretty physical game. It felt like the last few games she's given some pretty solid minutes in terms of physicality, you know, establishing herself in the post. Just, is this where you've been wanting her to get, and what have you thought of her performances lately?
Yeah, I think she's giving us some presence inside. I think she's comfortable right now. She's been, I don't know where she was today, but she's been doing a good job on the boards for us. I think it's been a nice combination or complement to Tamari, and then you still have Caroline, who gives you even something different. So I think the 3 of them have been working positively as of late. I think, you know, her trajectory's been going up, and it's not just in games, it's in practices as well, and I think she's working hard and hopefully playing with confidence. We need that from her. We need her to be a player that we can count on for boards, a bucket, and some defense.
Casey.
When Coach Taylor was in here, she talked about how you guys were simply just tougher than Texas A&M was tonight. Just where did you see that play out the most in the Lady Vols game?
I thought we got a lot of boards. I think, you know, a lot of coaches will associate toughness and boards together. I thought we got some loose balls. You know, I thought we were pretty active on the defensive end. I think that shows some toughness. We had a charge or 2. I think we made some tough plays. Now look, I think she's got a really tough team. I think they play tough every night out. So, you know, for her to say that, that's a huge compliment.
Caleb.
You mentioned Jillian's growth there. Has that been more of a physical thing for her in practice, or has it been the mental side of the game?
I think for Jillian, you know, just needing her to be physical, I think has been important. We've been working hard on that. But then also just the mental game and playing smart and knowing where we need her to be. I think she's done a really good job of being aggressive, and so that's a little bit of the physicality. And I say aggressive, aggressive and confident, but then aggressive going to the boards. I think that's important.
We'll go next to Maria. And if anyone has a question or two about South Carolina, we can take those as well this time.
Even by Tennessee, Texas A&M standards, that was a physical game. At halftime, I think I said I hope everybody enjoyed the rugby match we just saw for the first 20 minutes. I know the SEC is tough, but my goodness, you're close to the season.
Oh,
I
man.
mean, LSU, A&M, and now you've got to go back to South Carolina. There's a lot of familiarity. You just played them, but it's also their senior day. Just how difficult is that a way to end SEC play?
Oh, it's tough. There's no doubt about it. You know, to have to go down the stretch with what we've had, and but it's the SEC. I mean, it is. It's just that physical, and you've got to be prepared to be that team every single night. And you know, that's where I think we struggled with that early on this season, and we've gotten a lot better in that area, and I think that's helped us. It's helped us definitely on the defensive end, just being able to handle the toughness and the physicality. Now, carrying that over, obviously, it's you got to be tough and efficient and effective to go over there and compete with South Carolina. You know, there's no doubt about it. We did some good things. They're going to make some tweaks. They're going to make some adjustments to try to keep us from repeating some of those things. But so to me, we've got to find ways for our team to be better than we were the first time we played them.
Cora, Paige, and then Caleb.
I know last time it was just that fourth quarter, you guys kind of ran out of gas a little bit with that short rotation, but is there anything that sticks out of an area where maybe we can do this a little better, or we want to improve this area in this next matchup?
Yeah, we had too many turnovers in the fourth quarter. I think we had 7 in the fourth, and you know, that was, I think, a fatigue factor. You know, when you're playing South Carolina, your focus has to be elite for 40 minutes, and that's hard. It's really hard. The really good teams can do it, and so that's what we're going to be asking our team to do. But as a team, you know, we'll really try to find some things that we can do better. Try to anticipate some changes that we might see from them as well.
Paige.
The last couple of games, you mentioned maybe some frustrations with inability to kind of close out those games. Tonight, did you see that from your team, closing out games that maybe you can translate to South Carolina, and then a little bit of the dynamic with the inside play that you'll see against South Carolina?
Yeah, I think, you know, we've played some stellar inside presences here recently with South Carolina, LSU, A&M, among others. Don't want to leave anybody out because there's some good ones, but you know, I think we understand the physicality that you have to have in the paint. I lost the first part of that question.
Being able to close out games.
Yes, closing out the games. Yes, I felt like we did a better job of finishing this one. They obviously made a run, but we were able to step back up and get enough stops and finish it out. We had a few turnovers there late that I didn't want to see, but you know, just we did what we needed to do, and that's what I'm proud of.
Close out with Caleb.
After South Carolina came in here and y'all lost that game, do you think there's a revenge factor going down to Columbia, and do you want your team to kind of lean into that chip on the shoulder mindset almost?
I love having a chip on the shoulder mindset. I think we have a little bit better edge when we have that mindset. You know, I don't think we're going to be intimidated, but I think we understand we've got to be really good.
All right. Thank you very much.